All right, let's be honest. When Etsy rolls out a new update, most of us collectively sigh because 9 times out of 10, it's something nobody asked for or it turns into a complete fiasco. I'm looking at you, AI title assistant, that literally nobody asked for. But recently, Etsy actually delivered something useful. And even better, something with a lot of potential to truly change the game when it comes to insight on Etsy customer data and behavior. It's called Marketplace Insights, and it's giving us something we've never had before. Real search data straight from Etsy itself, the holy grail and single source of Etsy data truth. No third-party estimates, no educated guesses. We're talking actual search insight. This means we get to see what people are typing into the search bar, related keyword searches, and even which listings are in demand for those searches. Now, there is a little catch. It's brand new, and not everyone has access to it yet. I have several shops myself, and currently only 2 have it, and the others don't. And many members in my community don't have it yet either. So today, I'm giving you an early peek inside what it actually looks like, but more importantly, how I'm already using it in my own research process to gain valuable insight. In case we haven't met yet, my name is Mandy, a busy boy mom and active top 1% seller on Etsy. I've collectively made over $1 million as a product-based business owner over the years between handmade and print on demand. And so now I am on a mission to help creative entrepreneurs like you feel confident in growing your Etsy business with print on demand so that your products can get seen, loved, and sold without the inventory and without the overwhelm. So here's a quick rundown of what Marketplace Insights is and why I'm so excited about it. Historically, actual Etsy data has been stowed away under lock and key, and we only periodically get hints of it inside Etsy articles or their seasonal trend reports. But now they are starting to give us a little peek behind the mysterious curtain. Not a big one, but a peek nonetheless. When you are in your shop and your Marketplace Insights becomes active, you will see a new little drop-down under Stats on the left side of your shop manager, and that is where you will find Marketplace Insights. This is where all of the magic happens. So from here, this is where I like to do some niche validation. So I will type in a relatively broad search related to my niche, and let's say it's cheer coach. I'm not necessarily adding on gifts or shirts or anything like that at this particular point. I want to keep it broad to see what type of search terms I'm getting. And so then from here, this is where Etsy will show you how many times this keyword search has been run by customers in the last 30 days and what that search trend looks like. And remember, this is actual data, not just a ballpark guess or an algorithm trying to crunch some numbers. You'll also see as you scroll down what related keywords buyers are actually using. So things like cheer coach gifts, cheer coach shirt. Remember, I didn't type that in initially because I wanted to see what some of these similar terms are that customers are actually using. You can also toggle from this similar terms to exploratory ideas to see additional potential search terms. Sometimes I've noticed that this will give you similar searches. Sometimes it will show them slightly different or give you some different ideas. Kind of really just depends on what the actual search term is that you're looking at. You'll also be able to see total number of searches for those additional keywords, as well as search results. So these are going to be how many other competitor listings appear under this particular search term. And if there are multiple searches or additional keywords, you'll be able to scroll through them. They are currently sorted by search volume. So as you scroll through, you'll notice that these number of searches gets smaller as you go. This can give you some additional insight as well. If we keep scrolling down a little bit further, we see which actual listings are performing well for those searches so that you can study what's working. This is where you'll find the demand for the actual products and actual listings within these searches. Basically, this tool takes all the "I think people are searching for this" moments and replaces them with "I know people are searching for these." And that's a big deal because up until now, the only way we could get this kind of information was through estimates via third-party tools like eRank or Everbee or Profittree. All of these tools are great and I absolutely use them, but this is Etsy's own internal data. It's like getting information straight from the source with no extra middleman or guesswork. Now, before you go running to your dashboard, remember this is all still rolling out. So if you don't see it yet, don't panic. Etsy's adding it gradually. And so if you do have it already, you're basically getting a sneak peek into that buyer interest. You're seeing what's trending in real time, which means you can make more informed decisions about your designs, your keywords, and even which niches you expand into next. One thing I will also mention is that if you have Etsy Plus, you get right now unlimited searches inside Marketplace Insights. And if you don't, it appears that there's going to be a limit on how many you'll be able to run, I'm guessing per month or per day. Now, in my opinion, this expanded access combined with some of the other Etsy Plus perks makes it worth the $10 a month. I promise I get no affiliation or anything like that from Etsy for saying this. This is truly just what I use myself, what I have paid for my shops, and what I think will be a valuable asset to have as this tool continues to grow and become even bigger. So let's look at another example of how I'm actually using Marketplace Insights in my own workflows. Because again, this is where it starts to really get good when you can pinpoint and start to take a deeper dive into this data and actually use it to gain insight and to your benefit, not just some pretty graphs and some words to look at. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that when I'm researching a niche or brainstorming a new design idea, the first thing I'm always doing is validating whether there's demand. Because what do we always say around here? Demand equals sales. So I'm starting with, again, a brand new search for a term within a niche. We looked at a cheer coach for this one. Let's say I want to look at bachelorettes decor. Tapestries have been really big lately, so let's say that that is what we are going to explore. Again, I can see whether or not customers are actually searching for these types of products or within this niche. If so, if we see that here, great. I know that I can then continue to dig in further. But if, for example, I saw a very flat line here, or if perhaps I saw a peak early on, but now it's really dropping off, maybe it was something that was really trendy for a very short period of time, and it's starting to drop off, we can see that here. And if I'm seeing something like that, or if I'm seeing very, very little search interest, I might pass on pursuing that particular direction further. From there, though, if I do validate that yes, searches are taking place here, I then continue to that related searches section that we saw earlier. And that's, again, where some of that gold is. You'll see, again, the default, which is this similar terms, as well as the exploratory terms, which, again, can offer some additional suggestions to explore. You'll see what else people are typing in when they search for that main phrase. And that's often, again, where you can uncover some sub-niches or spin-off ideas you might have missed. Much like with our last search, you can see the search volume for each of these different keywords in the last 30 days, as well as the total number of listings that appear in that search, which again is basically your competition volume. This, again, can be very helpful because you might see keywords that have similar search volume, but lower competition. And those little pockets are where I would lean into first. And that is where you can get some really helpful insight here. So let's say I'm looking at this bachelorette decor as a broad niche. And when I type it in, I can see that, for example, Last Rodeo Bachelorette Decor has some similar search volume to these other themes, but lower competition by comparison in some cases. Same thing with this Miami Bachelorette Decor. There's 103 searches taking place, but less than 4,000 listings, versus something like Halloween bachelorette decorations, which have decent search volumes still, but almost 20,000 listings. So that's much more competition, whereas I have a stronger potential to break into some of these other options where there are fewer listings, aka less competition. And then from here, you can also click into these additional search terms and it will treat it as though you are typing in another search. So I can see I'm in Last Rodeo Bachelorette Decor. I can continue to scroll through and look at some of these other ideas. And I can also then scroll through and see the listings that are performing well for that search. So I can study these from a glance and think, what kind of design styles are showing up? What product types are they using? I can see for decor, there's tablecloths, there's a lot of these tapestries that are doing well. I can look at the fonts and the styles that are performing well because, again, remember, these are all listings that are in demand on Etsy. And remember, as we're doing this, we're never copying. We're learning and looking for patterns, what's working across multiple top listings. Is there a clear aesthetic or keyword phrase that I'm seeing pop up several times? That's what I use to guide my brainstorming and my design process from here. Because when you understand what's actually performing, you can start making intentional choices that position your listings to compete in the same space without just throwing random spaghetti at the Etsy wall. So that is my flow right now. I search a main niche term, I explore related keywords, I pinpoint opportunities where there's strong search and less competition, I review the top performing listings, and then I turn those insights into new listing ideas or updates. It's not flashy and it's still new, but it's heading in the right direction. And it's already helped me validate a few new niche ideas faster than before. Etsy has already said that this is just the beginning of this new functionality and that they plan on expanding it even further. So I am genuinely excited about this particular new tool and its potential. And while we're talking about updates, I'm curious because Etsy's been on a bit of a roll lately with updates. What other recent Etsy changes have caught your attention? Maybe it's the new listing photo limit or the AI title assistant or something else entirely that's been popping up in your dashboard. Drop a comment below and tell me which Etsy update you want me to break down in a future video, and I'll share exactly how I'm approaching it in my own shops. And while you're at it, let me know if you've gotten access to Marketplace Insights yet. I'd love to hear if it's showing up in your dashboard, what you think of it, or if you're still waiting on the rollout. Because every once in a while, Etsy gets it right, and this Marketplace Insights tool is one of those times. If you already have access, make time this week to play around with it. Test out a few of your main niches, see what keywords people are already typing in, and if customers are actually searching for the types of products that you're selling. Study those related searches and top performing listings. Even spending 10 minutes inside the insights will give you ideas that could shape your next winning niche or design. And if you don't have it yet, don't worry, Etsy's rolling it out gradually. And when it shows up in your dashboard, you'll know exactly what to do with it. Here's the bottom line. Tools like this don't just give you numbers, they give you clarity. They help you understand what's working now, what buyers actually want, and where to focus your energy next. And Marketplace Insights is one of the best ways Etsy has ever given us to do exactly that. So when it hits your shop, use it, explore it, and learn from it. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. And don't forget to drop your comment below with what Etsy update you want me to cover next. In the meantime, stay focused, my friends, keep taking action, and never stop pursuing excellence in your business. Thanks for watching. I'm so glad you're here, and I'll see you in the next one.